Okay, just needing to record this. Wild stuff going on today in my personal life. It looks like the enemy's trying to make a worse deal out of something that's not critical, wanting to get me to try to take matters into my own hands, make sure that what I am needing is taken care of on my own, which I haven't had to be for a while. And the enemy was trying to get me to panic and to come out of God's timing, to look at circumstances and think that I'm in trouble. I am not. My Father has taken excellent care of me and will continue to. But I'm recording this because it's amazing. There's going to be discussions coming up in the church, probably in the near future, about some of the things in the Torah that are not practiced by the Christian church. There are going to be people that are going to say it's heresy, that people are being brought under the law. There are going to be others who are going to feel the call and the pull so strong that they're going to do what the believers did in Scripture, in the book of Acts. It's very clear what some of them did. So I'm going to talk about one situation right here. Paul, and when they gathered together in the council, when they gathered to discuss what they were going to tell the Gentiles, and they decided on, no sexual immorality, no animals strangled, etc. They decided not to command circumcision, which, there's reasons why they could have. The reason why a baby is circumcised on the 8th day, which my son Judah was, is because the blood clotting factor is the highest. So anyway, but a man can be circumcised, and they did. You have to read the book and see that there were men that went and got circumcised. Well, guess what? Right after that meeting, Paul takes Timothy, whose mother was Jewish, says very clearly that his father was a Jew, so Timothy was saved because of his mother and grandmother, and his father was Greek. He wasn't even mentioned except for this one verse here. Paul takes Timothy and circumcises him. Josh Holloway talked about that the other day, or in one of his videos that I watched within the last few days. He did it because of the Jews there. Paul said, I have become all things to all men so that I may win some to the gospel, to Messiah. When this issue of circumcision comes up, it is one of the marks in the Torah that marks Yah's people as his. There's two very clear marks that he says, you are my people, and I identify you as my people if you do these two things. So if a grown person, a grown man, or an older boy wants to get circumcised at some point in their walk, it is not a sin to them. Not everybody's going to be compelled to that. But if they do, how do we know it's not Hebrew DNA calling out for fulfillment of a sign of the mark of him? There was a reason why there was foreskin, and there's a reason why he cut it off. They even know that cancer rates of cervical cancer in women are way lower in men that are circumcised that are uncircumcised. There's physiological reasons for that too. Especially if a man is a dog and he's uncircumcised and he's going around from woman to woman. He's going to be a super spreader, as they call them. Okay, so when that issue comes up, it is a matter of conscience and of heart. It cannot be something we argue about. It has to be, you are reading the Torah for yourself. You are reading the very words that God gave Moses that were going to shepherd a people coming out of 400 years of bondage who didn't know how to take care of themselves, working for someone else, out into it couldn't have been a desert, guys. It was a wilderness at that time. Climate change happens over the earth. If you look, there's cycles of drought and deserts. It was not desert. It couldn't have been. It was lush, just like the Nile area. That was climate change. So they weren't in a desert with sand. They couldn't have fed flocks. They couldn't have survived. It was a wilderness, and they had to find water. You know, there's had to be grass. There had to be something to feed the flocks. They wouldn't have survived. And there's old art that depicts that. It's interesting. There's old art that depicts them being in the wilderness and it not being a desert. It was a wilderness. So I haven't done the research on that word. It just makes sense to me. I probably should look it up. So that's not good. We can't argue about that. In the Noahide laws, though, this is the tell. In the Noahide laws, we are forbidden to celebrate and observe the seventh day Sabbath, that we know it as Saturday at this point. Sunday, look on any calendar. We will be forbidden, and the punishment for disobey, if this goes up, I'll be surprised. Disobeying the Noahide laws, guess what it is? Decapitation. So the second mark of Yah's people is they rest on Saturday. That's the day we know it right now. Don't let people get us caught up in anything. If Yeshua wants to change that, he'll change it when he comes back. Or he'll give a whole massive revelation to a whole bunch of people all at one time. Right now, that is the second mark. 8th day circumcision for your boys. You can read it for yourself. I think it might be it's in Leviticus. And the Sabbath. So why are the Noahide laws targeting the Shabbat? And put me on the list first. I'll be top of the list. I'll be up there with some of my brothers and sisters who we're not gonna obey these. Put me on the list. I'm ready. But I want to look up at the blade. I don't want my head facing down. I want to see my freedom and deliverance coming. So there are things that are going to come up that are going to be discussed. Those are two issues that cannot be argued about. Abba will not have it. I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, don't get involved in those two arguments. They have to be a matter of conscience. Rome has to be delivered out of the church. Every vestige of it. You know what the faith looks like? Look at what the natives were living when they got here. Look at how the tribes up in the Northeast, where I'm from, grew up at the Pilgrim Stories, went to the sites every year, okay? Bone deep patriot, bone deep freedom-loving Yankee, transplanted Yankee. They lived a simple life, but there was a rhythm. And the 5 tribes down here, there's a man, James Adair, I paid $98 for a little paperback book. He was convinced. He spent years with them. He was convinced that they were ancient Hebrews. That's what our faith looks like. Christianity is not it. If I should be given a voice, I am not debating with people about any of those things. I am walking a path and I am not deviating. And the things that I'm going to be doing, the people that are going to participate are on the same path with me. And I don't care what people think of me saying. I have been through stuff over these last 11 years that amaze me. I mean, people have gone through way worse, I'm sure. And the only reason I'm even here, and the only reason I'm going to be able to continue what I'm doing is because I died to myself. And I crucified my flesh. And there's a couple things in my life that are going to blow some people away they're not going to like. But that's part of my walk. And he told me they were going to be there as a deliberate offense to the religious spirits. 2 things in my life are going to deliberately offend religious spirits. Because they're going to look at form instead of function. So if you have a religious mindset and things start to happen and there are things starting to be talked about like I just said, just stay out of it. Stay out of it. You're going to cause your own self trouble. You let Yah's people do what we're going to do. We have a job to do and we're going to do it. And if you get in the way, it's not going to be good for you. I'm telling you. You let us do what we have to do. And if you want to join us, you better have the fear of our Creator in you, because He is holy. He is holy. He is holy, and He alone is worthy. Read the book of Acts. 2 people drop dead. You know, some of these cartoons I'm seeing come up, they have Sapphira come in first, her dying first. It doesn't happen that way. The husband came in first, and then she did.